Speaker, I want to thank you for clarifying, because the Honorable Numbers, I share her understanding of your communication, i.e., that your communication until you clarified meant that Parliament is helpless. That's why I'm thanking you for clarifying. I have been here for a while. There was a time a colleague was arrested in total violation of the Constitution. The Speaker of Parliament then said, we will suspend the sitting of Parliament until that MP is released. And the Parliament was suspended and he was released. Mr. Speaker, I fear when you say that our power stops just by talking. And I also fear, Mr. Speaker, when you limit the judgment of the Supreme Court to the parties. This judgment is for the whole country and is for everybody to do under Article 3 of the Constitution whatever it takes to defend the Constitution. You see, the trouble is that we may think this is limited to SJ and Ajobed Dutare and NUP supporters who are there. There will be a time when they will be coming for you. I told you in Ruzira where I was, Jim Mwezi had been. So was Gilbert Bukenya. Kutesa nearly came. I saw the other day when Honorable Akamba was being grabbed as a chicken thief. These things, the reason we must fight, they are not limited to the victims of today. Tomorrow you are going to be the victim. Wait, Honorable Bua, when they are taking you and you are crying. I visited Honorable Kurisi Wariomus at Jinja Road. They had even denied him slippers. That giant man. And the Honorable Nabukenya here is the one who stood surety for Chris.
Point of order.
Right Honorable Speaker, I have always attempted to live within the laws of the land. Is it in order for my honorable colleague to wish me bad luck in anticipation of me? Is it in order really?
I think these are issues we can resolve under Matoput arrangement. But Honorable Ssemujju, I just beg for one thing, okay? Make it very easy for me. What do you want us to do as Parliament? In practical terms.
I have a motion, Mr. Speaker, to suspend the sittings of Parliament. I thought we have discipline. If one MP is speaking, even if you want, here people speak by expressing interest. They don't shout like they are in a market.
Now I don't know, on record, I don't know whom we can record that you are quarreling with.
It is very difficult.
So it
is very difficult, Mr. Speaker, to record the people who are shouting like my neighbor from Kabola. It's very difficult. But the point I am making, and I am sorry if the Honorable Government Whip took it that way, but where you are seated, SJ used to sit as a State Minister for Internal Affairs. He actually was the chief. He was political commissar of the party where they have accommodated you. He started it by risking his own life. So when I am inviting you, I am not undermining you. I am only reminding you that one day they may treat you the way they are treating SJ. So that's the point I made.
But
so
wish him well. Wish him well.
No, I want to invite him to join the war to defend the Constitution. I don't have to wish him well. So if you defend the Constitution, you will not be a victim. But even if I wish you well, I wish SJ well every day. I didn't know he would be in Ruzira.
So, honorable colleagues, please time.
My motion, Mr. Speaker, is that you suspend the sittings of Parliament until government commits itself to full implementation of the judgment of the Supreme Court.
But there is a motion on the floor. Yes. No, the motion does not fall within the ambits of 59(1)(k). Yeah, so I'm sorry about that.
Procedure.
You read the rules of motions without notice. Okay? So.
We have not yet received that copy. And I'm not going to stand here before Parliament and commit and say we'll table a copy of the transfer list, because I do not know how fast it is being worked upon. However, what I can say as Attorney General's chambers, that we will continue to engage with the court martial and the others involved to see to it that this judgment is put in effect. I beg to submit.
Thank you, Attorney General. I don't have anyone on the floor. Yes. I think what Attorney General has answered is in relation to yesterday's. Since yesterday, there are no new updates.
Said clearly, in as far as the enforcement of the Supreme Court order is concerned, the organs that are supposed to enforce it have not copied to us the steps being taken. What the Attorney General presented yesterday.
Order, point of order.
You see, Mr. Speaker, I now can understand why the Honorable Kafuzi left FDs to join NRM. You are the one who went to court. You are the Attorney General. And the court gave you instructions. Now you are saying they haven't copied it to you. Where were you? You went to court, took a matter. The Supreme Court made a ruling. Is the Honorable Kafuzi in order to pretend that he must be activated by people who didn't go to court? Yet it is the Attorney General's chambers that went to court. Is he in order?
I think these are quarrels between OBs, because you can see even how they started. I understand why you left us, you went here, you know, these are quarrels between OBs, which can be solved in court. But
I want to thank you very much. The Attorney General has said the court martial cannot sit because of this judgment. For the court martial, they are not waiting for a decree. There are also no discussion with anyone else, but they immediately stopped functioning. And I want to thank him for release of prisoners, including Dr. Wesige, who is in Ruzira now illegally, because there is no detention warrant. There, the DPP is realizing, I have written to Supreme Court. Why didn't you render the same advice to the court martial, that continue working as I liaise with the Supreme Court? Why do you think for them they needed to stop functioning immediately, but the others can continue disobeying? I am sympathetic to him. Maybe the same reason that court said military people cannot purport to be dispensing justice. Because the people were asking the Attorney General to advise, they have already expressed themselves. The CDF said Wesige can only get out of prison in a coffin. Really, what sort of advice can you give a person who thinks like that? Even if you are a professor of law times 3. The CDF, one of the supervisors of the General Court Martial, has said Dr. Wesige can only get out of prison in a coffin. He had even arranged to kill him. He had even identified a tree in Guru. And that's why I sympathize with you. Sometimes, sometimes these jobs, sometimes these jobs, I think we may need one time the late Professor Kiduma Kuria was asked to offer advice to the president, and he said in law you may or may give no advice. That's how he used to talk. In this case, I choose to give no advice. That's what he told the president. One of the reasons he was eventually sacked. What advice do you give to a person who has made the statements that the CDF has made? And then the president who went to Luwero to fight, killing people because he wanted the power. Yes, in Luwero they were not hunting, they were killing. He even speaks about it, how he was robbing guns from barracks, from Kabamba to Masindi to Hoima. He writes trouble is that you support him, but you don't read his book. Because if you did, all this information is there. He went to Luwero to kill, he killed, robbed the banks, including one in Kabale. And then he said he was fighting point number one of NRM is democracy. And he says judges don't rule. So who rules Uganda? The president and his son. That what they say is sacrosanct. Even the Attorney General, you are wasting your time. So when the Attorney General tells me, understand, whether you can render an advice to two military men who have already expressed themselves. Finally, Mr. Speaker, the Constitution does not allow Parliament to take any decision whose effect will alter a judgment of court. In advising these military people who are not listening, the Attorney General said he was talking about an amendment. Can he tell us? And I listened to Honorable Fox Odoi very carefully, and I want to thank him. He said there's nothing to amend. But the Attorney General says they have advised him to amend. So what are you advising them to amend, sir? Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker.
Honorable Taylor Johnson.
Mr. Speaker, I move this motion and I want to thank you. Under Rule 59B, 1B. And the motion, Mr. Speaker, is a motion of adjournment to discuss an urgent matter of public importance. So, Speaker, and I want to thank you. You were generous in allowing us to make comments the way we did about the Supreme Court judgment. But because of the importance of this judgment, I am moving this motion, Mr. Speaker, to persuade you to adjourn the subject matter under consideration and to allow us at least an hour to discuss this matter. Why? The defeat in court was not a defeat just of the Attorney General. In fact, when Parliament was making this law, the Honorable Chiwanuka Chiriowa was not even the Attorney General. So this judgment also touches on how Parliament conducts business here. How you are advised, because the way the Chief Justice described setting up of the court martial, he said it's like asking him to go to Mulago to begin operating patients. That's what Parliament did, and any MP worth the name must take this as a very serious matter. That what we did, what Parliament did in setting up the General Court Martial was like telling a lawyer to go to Mulago to operate patients. And second, Mr. Speaker, the constitutional order in the country, this judgment touches on the constitutional order. That you have a military that has taken over management of society. The CDF is issuing one tweet after another. We are now asking Attorney General to advise him. So the motion, Mr. Speaker, of adjournment is to allow us to present these matters to the satisfaction of the public. The public now is very happy with the judiciary. It is time for the public to also be very happy with the Parliament, especially because it's this Parliament that established that General Court Martial. I am lucky I was not in that Parliament. Otherwise, the words of the Chief Justice.
Honorable.
So that's the motion, Mr. Speaker, that I am moving to adjourn consideration of the matters on the floor now to discuss a matter of urgent public importance, and that's the judgment of the Supreme Court.
Thank you. Thank you, Honorable Ssemujju. No, wait, I guide before. I need to guide. Okay? That's why I'm here. Now, this matter goes beyond Rule 59. It goes to Rule 64. 64.2. A member who desires to move a motion of this nature in writing should, if I may read it, a member desiring to move the motion under sub-rule 1, because it's a special motions, that's adjournment of adjournment motion, definite matter of urgent public importance. A member desiring to move the adjournment motion under sub-rule 1 shall, save in exceptional circumstances given out to the satisfaction of the Speaker, would submit to the Speaker the terms in writing of the matter which he or she desires to be discussed at least 2 hours before the commencement of the day's sitting. Because you would have seen that it's not provided for on the order paper. Number 2, under 64 sub-rule 4, D, which is the right to move a motion under this rule, is subject to the following conditions. The motion must not revive debate on a matter which has already been discussed in the same session under this rule. I gave this matter 45 minutes. We discussed it for 45 minutes. It's a matter that a member considered to be very important, so he should have gone to the Speaker 2 hours before I enter here, at least midday or 11, and say I have an urgent matter, which I don't see on the order paper. In my opinion, I will be moving that we adjourn debate on some items to consider this matter. Therefore, I find it effective, and I cannot even put a question on it.
I want to thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I raise here to register and request the government to intervene in the way Dr. Kizza Besigye is being treated in Luzira. We have visited him, at least those of us who belong to the same side with him. We have talked to him, taken food. Now that right has been taken away by the prisons authority. But also when you visit him, last time I was there with the Honorable Mwijuchi, Honorable Kamara, they have now put a grass, so he stands behind some grass and there is a microphone. You can't even be sure that you are speaking to him. We don't know why these conditions, because Dr. Besigye is the most imprisoned person under this government. This is the first time that he is being treated like this. What is worrying us, Mr. Speaker, even more, when you deny people food of their choice, because food is also medicine. We have had colleagues who leave Ruzira, including USG's brother, and as soon as they leave, they die. Dr. Chigun and others. We don't know whether it is deliberate that when Dr. Wesje, if he ever leaves, he leaves when his life has been really affected. More worrying, the CDF, General Moses Kainerugaba, announced that Dr. Wesje will be hanged. Mr. Speaker, I did not take the statements of General Moses seriously, but now I do. Why? He said they will go and attack Kenya, they will be in Nairobi. Actually, I thought it was a joke. But Dr. Wesje was kidnapped from Nairobi. We had some other colleagues, 36 kidnapped from Kisumu. For me, I don't need any further evidence that actually they attacked Nairobi and took it over long ago. When the other day he called General Erweru a buffoon, I kept asking myself, did he ever do something buffoonery for General Moses to begin calling him a buffoon? And for UPDF officers who are here, you must be very careful with what you do. I kept asking, what has he done? My memory took me to Kasese, where he commanded the attack on Rubiri. And I said, is that what Muhoozi was referring to as buffoonery? So I am using that as an illustration to say I take his statements because our colleague needs protection. He said his New Year resolution includes arresting General Eru. I am happy General Eru is here, he hasn't yet been arrested. So, Mr. Speaker, I am saying I take his statements. The other day he said he will arrest the Committee on Defense. Those crowns cannot summon me. And I saw them seated comfortably. The guy has refused to come. So I now take his statement serious. So when he says he wants to hang Dr. Kiza Besigye in May, he said he has actually now shifted it. I don't know whether starving him in Uzira becomes part of the process, but I want to ask government to tell us. Dr. Besigye was generous. He tweeted President Museveni when they were fighting in Luwero and his family. Why are they paying him by starving him, Mr. Speaker?
Thank you. Honourable Minister for Internal Affairs.
Right, Honourable Speaker, I'm not a clown. But I want to respond to the Honourable Ssemujju's concerns, especially of food, which is a basic right. And I want to say that the family of Dr. Besigye accredited 6 people, and it's only those that are allowed to bring food. We can't extend beyond that one for security reasons. Number two, the place where Dr. Besigye meets visitors is the accredited place for other people to meet visitors. And you speak from a handset, by intercom, and that is universal practice. That's what I want to.
Thank you. Honourable Maneno Zumra.
I respect General Muhoozi, but it's not right to lie. The Honourable Mujuche is here. We went and met Dr. Besigye, even spoke to him. This speaking behind the glass is a new thing. Maybe you don't go to prison. We keep visiting people you have arrested. I was in Kitale, I was in Kigo. I have never spoken to anyone behind the glasses, General Muhoozi. Maybe you live in heaven.
General, is it a new practice? Is it a new? Amrak, I haven't been to Ruzira, so I can't speak from a,
Right, Honourable Speaker, what I want to bring out is that it's not targeting Dr. Besigye. It's not discriminating against him. It applies to all the inmates.
So now that's a practice. Yeah, so honourable colleagues, the people in charge of prisons, if they have a way now they are handling prisoners, and it's for all prisoners, Now here, what should I do on the fraud? No. No, I really, colleagues, please. I avoid the situation where we just continue on something rotating. Now, the person, the Honourable Minister in charge of prisons, he has told you that this is how they are treating all prisoners. If there are prisoners who are being treated differently, okay, also it's a matter we should come and handle. But for now, this is not a matter you can resolve on this floor, okay? Honourable Minister's submission has been very clear, and I don't think I can go beyond that.
Thank you very much. On Friday in the evening is when we will be looking for the moon. If it's sighted as you rightly said, our calendar begins at sunset. So that will be Ramadan fast. So I join you, Madam Speaker, in wishing Muslims a happy month of Ramadan. And also join you in congratulating former FDC youth, the Honorable
Chairman Youth League.
Yes, the Right Honorable Thomas Tayebwa, for his new responsibility. I was looking at Mama Mimbira there, and I remembered the day she was taken to Luzira by this government. Madam Speaker, the point the Right Honorable Leader of Opposition made, I think the Minister has answered one leg. First, you called the government. I saw the Honorable Bahat standing. I don't know whether you become government by being here first, that you are the first in Parliament. But the point, Madam Speaker,
there is an order.
We are both FDCs.
Thank you, Right Honourable Speaker. I just want first of all to congratulate the Deputy Speaker for the achievement and the appointment. On the point of order, my brother, Honourable Ssemujju.
I want to look at your eyes. You know, you're covering your very beautiful eyes.
Right Honourable Speaker, my young brother here, Honourable Ssemujju. Ssemujju Nganda Haji. Al-Haj is very much aware that I, Beatrice Atimanywa, Mama Mabira, I'm a member of the NRM. I contested, I'm a flag bearer, and I'm a serving minister in the government of the NRM. And he's alluding to his statement that I'm an FDC. Is he in order for him to continue dreaming that I'm still an FDC member when I'm a real NRM?
Honorable members, there's a saying: if you want to determine your destiny, forget about the past. Much as the Deputy Speaker was in the Youth League, is in NRM. He's in NRM and is the Deputy Speaker of Parliament of Uganda, endorsed by none other than NRM party. So, having been there, forget my past. Let's look at the future.
Madam Speaker, I will now forget that you are also in FDC. I will forget.
You forget.
Since you have instructed me.
Actually, I have not been, I was there and I left there. I don't regret leaving.
Yeah, Madam Speaker, I take your counsel, I will forget. But the question Honorable Government was answering, the leader of opposition singled out the journalist, but the point he was making was about deployment of JAT, Joint Anti-Terrorism, to deal with issues of election that are not terrorism. That's what you must answer as government. Why must you have joint anti-terrorism? Because, Madam Speaker, we all have videos of a NUP candidate being grabbed, tearing his shirt, beating people who were with him. The journalist was just unlucky that he was severely beaten. But if anyone wants, I have these videos here, we can play them, of JAT beating, shooting. That's what governments must answer. Since when did the elections become terrorism? That you must deploy joint anti-terrorism. I thought that the Honorable Bahati, who by arriving early in Parliament has become permanent in the government, each time they call government, he stands up. And I was about, Madam Speaker, to complain because the front bench is full of all the junior ministers.
There is an order.
I think we need to take this parliament seriously, and really raise, when we are raising issues, Madam Speaker, because these are issues that affect the people of Uganda, and we find solutions. We don't dramatize them, pick them sarcastically. Madam Speaker is a honorable member, Ssemujju, Uganda, in order to assume that when I stand here to speak on behalf of the Prime Minister, I'm just speaking because I came early, that you are not aware that I'm here to represent government is in order.
You know, the problem, we've made this house a house of jokes. As far as I know, I have a written communication delegating Honorable Bahati to be a leader of government business. I have it, and once it is written to me, I don't have to come and announce it to whoever wants to hear. So he's acting as a leader of government business. What matters here is what is being said. The issue of deployment of JAT, which we have said we are going to check. You should check and report back to the House. Okay?
Finally, Madam Speaker, and Bahati, you know, we know each other.
Honorable Bahati.
Honorable Bahati. I am just sympathetic that every day you are the government and every day you come early. I am actually giving you credit.
Honorable Bahati was voted in to come to be in this parliament. If you're not good at timekeeping, don't infect Honorable Bahati. Honorable Bahati is always here and is here earlier than anybody. Okay?
So finally, Madam Speaker, the Deputy Speaker, his elevation gives Uganda a good name, as you have rightly observed. But as the leader of opposition also observed, this Uganda keeps deadening itself. You have had now media managers, MDs, being added to the Uganda Communications Commission. After General Muhoozi tweeted that he's now in charge of media, they will see me the following day they are being summoned. The outside is very, very careful.
Honorable Ssemujju, not Seungu. Seungu is Catholic. Honorable Ssemujju Ibrahim, can't you ever, for once, finish what you want to present in the House, what you want to deliberate upon, without mentioning a name from the first family?
I can, Madam Speaker, if the first family is still being in charge of Uganda.
Are they here for you to discuss about them? If somebody was here, I have no problem with discussing a person who is here. Let's get serious.
Yeah, but Madam Speaker, even the one who is supposed to be here has never stepped here. The
Who?
Minister for Education. Has she ever stepped here?
Okay.
But the point is about the media.
Honorable Minister, I have Honorable Gwang here, who is the Minister of Education, a State Minister of Education and Sports. So stop saying that there is no Minister of Education here. Next item.